Welcome back to a new episode of Tiger News Television. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Kaylin, and we are your anchors for this production.
Let's start off this episode with Mason to see what's happening around CCCHS.
Hello everyone, my name is Mason Moyes, and I'll be telling you about your March CCCHS news. During the last week of February, we had a lot of things happening. Juniors had their ACTs, and there was Senior Scholarship Work Night. Also, it was National FFA Week. There was also no school on the 26th. From the 1st to the 5th, there is an FFA meeting on the 1st and the spring play and NCK Tech welding competition on the 5th. From the 8th to the 12th, students have an FBLA meeting on the 10th, and we have an early dismissal on the 12th. Then from the 15th to the 18th, students celebrate spring break.
Hi, I'm Connor Roth, and this is my second time on Tiger News Television. Some local news that has happened in the past week in Clay Center is the mural movement about World War II. The mural movement is a fundraiser to raise money for charities. You can donate to the movement so that we can have more murals in the future for Clay Center. Also, look at how our community line workers are moving these power lines so that we can put the flag on the pole.
I'm Jordan Ingermeyer, and I'm once again bringing you Around the World in 30 seconds. First, this time we start in South America where NASA photos reveal gold rivers believed to be illegal gold mining in Peru. Also, scientists discovered 20 new animal species in Bolivia, along with a picture of a rare snake called Catsby snailsucker. Now, across the Atlantic, which a 70-year-old grandpa rode to raise $1.3 million for Alzheimer's research. Then down to Africa, where a new report included that 0 rhinos were poached last year in Kenya.
Hey, this is Brooks Craig bringing you the state news. According to KSN News, Casey, a mom of 6 who lives in Derby, Kansas, gave birth to a premature pair of twins 11 years ago. They only lived to be a day old, and Casey and her family honor the twins each year on their birthday. Last year, 8-year-old daughter Haley decided to launch a balloon with cards tied to it to send to her brothers in heaven. She also added a note that if anyone were to find the balloon, to contact them and let them know where the balloon ended up. 8 months later, someone from an Air Force base in Florida called Casey and told him a hunter had found the note. The hunter was never named, but Casey said if she knew who it was, she would thank them and tell them that the gesture meant a lot to her.
It's really cool to hear all about the events that are happening across the world.
Speaking of events, let's head over to Mark with sports.
I'm Mark Hoffman, bringing you your sports news for the month. The basketball team started off the month of February strong. The girls went 5-0 and the boys went 3-1 to start. Sub-state is the first week of March for the basketball teams, and state is March 11th through the 13th. And now let's move over to wrestling. This week I interviewed Jimmy Gordon.
Regional wrestling went okay, I guess. We did okay as a team, and I did okay as myself, and I think we could have done better as a team if we were working harder as a team. This year was a lot different because no fans. I mean, it was a lot harder to concentrate, or a lot easier to concentrate without the fans yelling, and last year it was hard because everyone's yelling and you don't know what to do or listen to your coaches, what they're saying.
Spring sports are baseball, softball, track, boys tennis, boys golf, and trap team. Practice for any of these sports starts on March 1st, and competition will begin after spring break. Good luck to the basketball teams and the rest of their season and all those beginning spring sports. Now back to the anchors.
I'm really excited to see how state turns out for our wrestling and basketball teams.
Me too. I'm also excited for the spring weather that's coming ahead. Speaking of weather, let's head over to Ryan.
Easy, breezy, beautiful. It's finally time to welcome warmer weather here again in north central Kansas, and what a relief from that cold snap we found ourselves in a couple weeks ago. Hi everyone, my name is Ryan Benfer, and I'm your TNT weatherman. Looking ahead at the next 3 weeks, we're headed into a typical rainy and warm March. During the first week of spring sports, we will have rain the first 3 days, but it looks to dry out later in the week. And headed into that beautiful week before spring break, we're going to have highs in the mid-60s and lows in the mid-40s. But remember folks, Kansas usually has its own ideas, so this weather pattern might change. Back to you, anchors.
Some warm weather in March would be great.
You know what's also great? Interviews with Elena.
Hi, I'm Elena Mellon, and since spring break is just around the corner, I asked some people in our school what their plans are for spring break, and here's what they said.
I'm going to be hanging out with my friends.
I'm going to be working over spring break.
Over spring break, I'm going to be working and hanging out with my friends.
For spring break this year, I am planning to go on a road trip with some of my friends.
For spring break, I'm thinking about going somewhere maybe a couple hours away and just staying there for a couple days.
Over spring break, I'm going on a trip to Arizona with my family.
So what I'm going to be doing for spring break is probably playing video games, sleeping in, probably going to go visit some family maybe.
I hope everyone has a good spring break. Now back to Kaylin and Morgan.
Thanks for those lovely interviews, Elena.
That's not all the interviews we have for you today. Let's check with Ethan for Principal Time.
Hey y'all, this is Ethan Hill with Tiger News Television. This week I interviewed Mr. Moran and Mr. Ferguson for Pal Time. I asked them what they're most looking forward to this spring. Mr. Ferguson said he's looking forward to seeing kids participate in their spring activities. Mr. Moran said that he's looking forward to not having to coach an activity and that he can get outside and fish and just be in the weather.
Thanks, Ethan.
Now on to Tell Me Something Good.
Hello, I'm Emma Fitzmyer and I'll be sharing something good that is going around our school. As you walk through the comments, you will see that Mrs. Lee and Mr. Moran have been helping students prepare for their upcoming years. Now back to our anchors, Kaylin and Morgan.
I love seeing the good that happens around our school.
Of course. Well, it looks like this production is almost over.
And to wrap it up, let's head over to Autumn with upcoming events.
Hello, my name is Autumn Barilla, and here are the upcoming events that are happening in our school. First day of March is the first day of spring sports practice. Along the line on the 2nd is the boys basketball sub-state semifinals. After that on the 3rd is the girls basketball sub-state semifinals. Friday, March 5th is NCK Tech Welding competition at Beloit, on the same day as both the boys basketball sub-state finals and the spring play. Saturday, March 6th is the girls basketball sub-state finals and the spring play. On the 8th is the 4A boys basketball state quarterfinal. On the same day is the Board of Education meeting at 6. Tuesday, March 9th is the 4A girls basketball state quarterfinal. Wednesday, March 10th is the FBLE meeting at 7:55. On the 11th are the girls and boys basketball state semifinals/finals. Friday, March 12th is a teacher workday and the girls and boys basketball state semifinals/finals. On the same day is early dismissal at 11:45 and the end of quarter 3. On Saturday, March 13th is forensics at 9 and the girls and boys basketball state semifinals/finals. Please be watching your emails from both counselors and staff for upcoming events you might be involved in.
And that's our show, folks.
Thanks for watching this episode of Tiger News Television.
We really hope you enjoyed. See you next time here on Tiger News Television.